Hi Aquarius, this is going to be your reading for August 2nd through the 8th. It's good for the Sun, Rising Moon, and Venus sign of Aquarius. Keep in mind, as always, this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one person, so it will not resonate with everyone that watches. Check your Rising Moon or Venus sign if this doesn't resonate. You could find your messages there, or if those don't work, just try back next week or find another wonderful reader here on YouTube. There are 7.5 billion people on the planet. You're surely not all going through the same thing. My messages will reach those in my collective and whomever needs to hear it the most. If you are new to my channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. If you would like a personal reading just for you yourself about health, wealth, love, or destiny, book a private reading with me. The link to my website to schedule is in the description below. It has been some time since I've read for an Aquarius. Actually, I think I read for one or two of you last week. So get into my schedule now. You're one of my all-time favorite signs. I will be moving in the middle of August, so I may put less content up and I will not have as much time for my private readings. So this week or maybe the end of August would be a time to schedule a private reading with me. But let's get into it for you, Aquarius. So what came out of my Mermaid Oracle deck? The first card that came out, Vision, Psychic Images, Clairvoyance, Seeing, Out-of-Body Travel. So a lot of you will feel a psychic activation this week. When visions come and you have clairvoyance, it's very important to listen to what you see and don't try to make too much sense of it. Don't try to make something fit that doesn't. This will be a week of a psychic activation. You will be able to see, you will be able to experience yourself outside of yourself. Listen to your clairvoyance, listen to your intuition. Coral's wisdom came out. This has been coming out for a lot of signs. Colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. So you will feel a fragility this week. What you have been going through has taken you a long time to get there. You are part of a greater whole this week. You are feeling as though you will be connected to the universal soul, but we cannot truly connect to the coral reef and the colony and the universal soul until our own souls are healed from within. So I think you will be feeling kind of delicate or fragile or have been in relationships that are that way as well. Just remember, works that are created over a great period of time are always worth it. And they are delicate and fragile, and that's okay. Sisterhood came out. Friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, and delight. You are meant to focus on the bonds of friendship this week. You will get by with a little help from your friends. Look for the compatible souls, not the incompatible souls. Go towards those that are loyal to you, and you are reminded to be loyal as well. Go for the joy, go for the delight. You might also be in a relationship where someone just wants to be friends, or you need to start with friendship and listen to your intuition and delicately build upon something. From the Colette Baron Reid Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck, I think you guys might be going through some tough stuff. I'm seeing a little bit of a general malaise for you emotionally and maybe avoiding a painful ending or recovering from something painful. So these messages make sense to me with the friendship as well. And often when we go through painful experiences, our clair abilities are heightened. So your guides are trying to help you make sense of it. The further advice from the spirits of the animals are, dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. Make sure you are gentle with yourself and others this week, in particular with communication. Now is not a time to be angry or harsh or unkind. Now is time to be emotionally strategic and listening to your emotional intuition and just stay and flow and bring the gentle touch. We do have a King of Swords here at the center of it all. That could be you, that could be someone you've connected to. A King and Queen of Swords absolutely have a heart, but sometimes us air signs come off as less than gentle. Maybe you're trying to clear out some clutter and you feel the need to be very assertive. Your guides are saying, do what you got to do, kings and queens, but be gentle while you do it. You will need to bring a gentle touch. Groundhog Spirit came out. I love this little guy clinging to his heart or to something that means a lot to him. It's time to let go of something. You might be afraid to let go. This could even be a child you're sending off to college or something. It's time to let go. It's time to release the old and make way for the new so that your heart chakra can be filled with positivity and healthy relationships and love and light. You will also need to be clearing out the clutter. I once heard it said, Do not let anybody live rent-free on your lily pad. You need to be clearing out your clutter physically in your home, energetically, releasing things that no longer serve you. This frog spirit needs a lot of hydration, and he cannot live on a cluttered lily pad. So clear out that clutter, let go of what does not serve you. It will allow for more gentleness and good friends in your life as well. So at the center of it all, here's your energy, Aquarius, the King of Swords. This is mental clarity. This is intellectual power. This is authority, and this is the truth. I want all of my people in King of Swords energy. The King of Swords is sort of a consummate bachelor, and he does want authority, and he does have a lot of power. But he also rules with the sword of discernment. So, and he can appear to be somewhat detached and stern. A true King of Swords is a person who has mastered the suit of swords, where they do stick to the truth, and they do rule their kingdom with assertion. Very much so. Sorry, guys, I had to clear my throat. I have really bad allergies and I always sound like Stevie Nicks. It's bloody awful. I apologize. Always a Kentucky coal miner. So you might be connecting to someone who was somewhat detached, or you may appear to be very detached to others. You're kind of like, look, this is just the way it has to be. I'm sticking to the truth. I'm standing in my power. Very much so. The challenge is the Six of Swords in reverse. So you are meant to be going through some sort of a transition right now, moving into the beginning of August, Aquarius. You are supposed to be making a change. It is a rite of passage. And when we do so, we release baggage. So when the Six of Swords comes in reverse, we are making a slow transition, but it might be something that you're having a hard time moving away from. Watch for repeated cycles. The Six of Swords in reverse can sometimes mean we have unfinished business with something, there's something unresolved. Whereas it's possible that a challenge for you this week will be change and being resistant to it. Someone might be resistant to change with you. Worst case scenario, the Six of Swords in reverse is out of the frying pan into the fire, where we keep circling back to something that we're really meant to transition away from. This is not the center of everything this week. It's just the challenge. Okay. You might be circling back to a person, or they're circling back to you because they can't figure out what you're feeling. Apparently, what you're thinking and your truth might be more important. Watch for authoritarian figures in your life, though, as well. This King of Swords has a difficult time being gentle. So you might need to remind someone of that, or you need to be reminded of it as well. But that King of Swords in you will let go and will cut something out that does not serve it, and will clear out the clutter, and has heightened intuition as well. So let that King of Swords energy in the upright, healthy, and balanced be you. What's driving you guys? This looks tough. What the hell happened, Aquarius? My fighters, my tough kings and queens. Um, you can do some things to change this, but this is a feeling that all of us go through. The Four of Cups to the Six of Wands in reverse. The Four of Cups is, look at her. She's like, this is a feeling of some apathy and some emotional reevaluation. You are trying to go for emotional stability here, but you're in a place of some meditation and some emotional contemplation where you might be having a hard time moving forward. It's sort of the general malaise. You might feel like you can't get something off your mind. You might be having a hard time getting up and moving forward. That's because you might feel as though you've fallen from grace in some way. The Six of Wands is where we have public recognition. We feel very self-confident and successful. We're being praised. We have progress. It's the slow trot on our golden pony through town where we are able to hold our head high with a lot of pride because it's a well-deserved reward. I think this week you guys will be doing some emotional reevaluation and thinking more about your personal definition of success and your private achievements. Sometimes the Six of Wands in reverse is a fall from grace and our ego is bruised. Maybe we didn't get the guy. Maybe we didn't get the girl. Maybe we didn't get the promotion. Maybe we're having a hard time moving forward. It's just a time to think about your emotional stability, because fours are about that, and to emotionally contemplate some stuff and think about, what is my personal definition of success before I put myself out there on blast for the world to see. I just think that's what you're going through this week. That's what that card combination means for me. Recent past and happening deep within. The World to the Page of Swords. This is interesting. You might have had a communication with someone recently, found something out, or was told something or something was revealed that caused an ending for you, or there has been an ending and a completion of a cycle, and now you're ready to explore and study some new things in your life. The Page of Swords for me is a Gemini energy, and the world is completion. Some of you recently moved, or you thought about travel, or you thought about ending some cycles and starting some new ones. But when I see the Page of Swords in the world, this might be some information or some communication that you came across, possibly even on the World Wide Web as well. You could have received a communication that made you circle back, or with someone else in your life, vice versa. But I love that the world came out for you. This is where we know we are ready to start new cycles in our life. And moving forward, you're going to get all the facts. The Page of Pentacles is thirsty for knowledge, and he has new ideas, and he's very curious. He's called the little stalker of the zodiac. Well, I'd like to think of him more as the Sherlock Holmes. He is ready for new ways to communicate. So moving into new cycles recently, you were paused between one cycle and the next and thinking, how can I communicate further? But I think for some of you, you might have received a communication from someone and they've circled back around, or vice versa. And now you're like, I don't know how much success I can have in this situation. Well, here's your advice from the tarot. This crowning position for me is what your soul is telling you to do when you're the highest version of yourself. The Queen of Cups, here's the gentle touch, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this Queen of Cups could be you. It could be someone else. This is a water sign. The Queen of Cups is very compassionate and caring and emotionally stable. She listens to her intuition. She's very emotionally mature. She does bring a gentle touch. Sometimes the Queen of Cups is a little sad, and she can be loving to a fault. It is difficult to rule your kingdom with your heart. So your guides are saying to you, be compassionate, be caring, be in flow, create a loving, stable environment for others in your life, but not at the expense of yourself. Love yourself and heal your own heart as well. And the Seven of Swords in reverse is, don't cheat yourself in any way. The Seven of Swords is a card about being flexible and being adaptable and being sharp-witted and acting upon your own behalf and being the lone wolf. Yes, it can be a card of betrayal and deception and getting away with something. In the reverse, it's self-deceit or secrets, but it's where we catch ourselves in a feeling of insecurity. And we might even feel guilty, and we might want to turn over a new leaf. But I think for the most part, what your advice here from Spirit is, be emotionally stable and mature. Don't kid yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Work on flexibility and adaptability. It's definitely okay to be the lone wolf and act upon your own behalf, but watch for secrecy and insecurity and imposter syndrome in yourself and those around you as well. I do notice this Queen of Cups is looking down at this King of Swords. So watch that relationship pattern there. Your actions this week, you guys look really overwhelmed. You definitely need to take that sisterhood piece of advice. The Nine of Wands in reverse is where we need every inner resource we have to make it through a situation. Nines are about transcendence, though. I think you will feel a little overwhelmed this week. I do think that you might feel somewhat defensive and even paranoid. I think that your boundaries, oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry, my allergies are so bad right now. There's nothing I can do about it either. I think that your boundaries have been tested pretty damn good, and I think you're pretty overwhelmed. Be careful for relationship cycles in your life where, because I'm seeing two cards that indicate some chronic behavior patterns of not having good boundaries and circling back to shit that's not good for you, or somebody might be doing that with you. If this King of Swords is somebody else, don't let him get the upper hand, okay? Because this is a pretty cut off person at times. So just be careful of that. But I think what I see happening here for you is that you might be throwing in a towel in a situation where you cannot make it through the tough times. You need help in this situation. You will be using every inner resource you have to make it back to base camp, because the Nine of Wands is life is a battlefield, and love is too. So watch for exhaustion. Watch for having poor boundaries with other people. If you need to clear out clutter and let something go, let this just be a slow personal transition, because you were in a situation where you just couldn't be flexible enough or adaptable enough. You definitely deserve to be the Seven of Swords in a positive way, which is the lone wolf, that is strategic and acts upon its own behalf in an appropriate way, for sure. The way you're seeing yourself, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm seeing a lot of emotional reevaluation. You might have a person around you that wants to sort of work through something with you. I think it was a situation that's over. It bruised your ego and you were just about done and clearing out that clutter. Let go of the past and clear out the clutter, because when I see the Eight of Cups in reverse to the moon, that's Pisces energy. The Eight of Cups in reverse is where we're in a place of emotional indecision. We want to walk away from something because we're not happy, but we are afraid to walk away to nothing. So we have a hard time and we think, do I aimlessly drift away or do I try one more time? If you come back and try one more time, you will be in this moon energy. The moon is a vagueness. It's an illusion. It's an instability and an insecurity. Things veiled and hidden in moonlight. Things are not as they seem. It's a heavy emotional energy. I think you see yourself in a place of a lot of emotional indecision and kind of going into something blind. If you clear out that clutter and you let go of what's necessary, I think the sun will come out for you. Make sure you're not intentionally staying in a situation just because it's hard to let go of it. So what? Your ego was bruised. It's okay. It really is. It's just time to focus on your own personal definition of success. I think you're going to pull yourself through it. This is just the what you go through this week. An energy around you. This could be your response to your environment, or this could be a person around you and how they are behaving towards you. This person is the Wheel of Fortune. You could be dealing with someone that has Sagittarius in the chart, Leo maybe as well. This person is going through a lot of ups and downs. They are at a huge turning point. They do want expansion. They do want to play out their destiny and fate in a way that best serves them. There will be a lot of ups and downs. You could be at a real turning point with this person. They are playing out their fate right now. The way they feel is the Five of Cups. They have some regrets. They feel as though they failed. They are disappointed. They are pessimistic. Or you could be like, well, this is just how it played out. This is just how the cookie crumbled. This poor girl does look somewhat sad. Their action towards you is the Star, which is your card, Aquarius, but the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I think that the Star is a card that is grossly misinterpreted by readers a lot. The Star can mean a renewal, but that does not mean that this person necessarily wants renewal with you. This person wants to feel positive, motivated, healed, and free. This person wants to feel free. They want freedom. They want to feel renewal. They may even want a bit of attention. Everyone wants to be around the Star. It is the hope for humanity. So if this is your response to the environment, I think that you do want freedom. I think that you want healing. I think that you want that sense of renewal. A person may want a sense of renewal with you, but I clarified it just to see what was going on. This person or you have no long-term plan. This is limited success and reward. This is lack of long-term vision. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse is where we're not willing to wait for it. We're not willing to make an investment. We're not willing to persevere and just wait and wait for that garden to produce fruit. The Seven of Pentacles takes a long-term view of success and will work really hard because it wants sustainable results. This is the Black Swan, which is interesting. And she's scratching at herself, like waiting in futility for something. This person is not being patient. They're not willing to wait. But if this is your response to the environment, I think you stopped waiting in a garden that just wasn't producing fruit and you want freedom and positivity. But this could be a person around you. In your feelings, Ten of Swords in reverse. Sometimes the Ten of Swords in reverse is where we avoid an inevitable painful ending. We know it's going to hurt, so we avoid it. Don't do that. Just clear out the clutter. But the Ten of Swords in reverse is usually a recovery and a regeneration. Yes, you might have experienced loss or crisis or a painful ending. You might even feel betrayed or abused emotionally in some way, but out of the ashes, the phoenix will rise. You will experience a defiance over defeat. When the Ten of Swords comes in reverse, we realize the dawn is coming. It's always darkest before the dawn. But don't circle back to something just to avoid a painful ending. I think you're healing from something still. I think you're gaining some emotional stability here in a situation where you might have cheated yourself or you caught somebody. Did you catch somebody with a water sign? something like that, maybe. That could happen. You were like, that's it, I'm done. It could be different things for different people, but I like what you're ending on. The Two of Wands in reverse, Six of Cups, the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles flew out. I don't normally do a 3-card combination for the ending, but this wanted to come out for you guys. The Two of Wands in reverse is where we don't have much of a plan moving forward. We're divesting in a situation. We're not standing there. I like it in this deck how she's looking at a skull. Typically, the Two of Wands is about the future. With this, it's almost like she's looking at the past, or she's wondering what will grow upon the skull. What can she dream into being? This is who you are as a person, evaluating yourself and planning to move forward, discovering more and making a decision. Sometimes the Two of Wands comes in reverse when we have blocked communication, or we just don't have much of a plan. We're afraid of the unknown. We stop standing there trying to make a decision and we say, you know what? I have to go in for inner alignment this week. I need to figure out what my personal goals are before I make a decision and plan for a future to move forward. If you've just been through a painful ending where there's been a lot of emotional indecision and you've had to sort of cut off your heart chakra and you've got some unfinished business going on and there's all this emotional reevaluation, it's pretty natural for the Two of Wands to flip in reverse. I do think that there will be some homesickness and some memories of love here. You will be recalling something fondly, revisiting the past, missing a time when things were innocent and joyful and sweet. You will be able to take your memories of love with you, but moving forward, you're going to move into Six of Pentacles energy, where you realize you need equal give and take in your life. The Six of Pentacles is about being spread a little bit thin. You might be in a situation where someone has you on your knees and you're begging them for something. You never want to be in that situation. There will be times where you might need to be generous, but only to a point. The Six of Pentacles is about sharing the wealth and charity, but it's about equal give and take. I think that you will be remembering a time in your life where you had this balance. That will help propel you towards setting personal goals for yourself and getting that inner alignment so you can leave the past behind and move forward to situations where there are balance, in particular with your pentacles. Okay, Aquarius, so that is your reading for the first week of August. I hope it resonates with you. I hope it helps you. Remember to stick with your friends and your sisters and your allies and those that are loyal. It's time to let go of some stuff and clear out some clutter. It will bring a more gentle touch. Listen to your psychic images and your clairvoyance. And remember that it takes a long time to build a great work of art, which is first and foremost you. You will feel fragile. Get some rest. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Aquarius. I really love you guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.